Christmas is tomorrow, and I wish you all a happy Christmas with your family or not. If you don't have a family or if you live outside of your country, for example, which I already lived. This year, I'm passing the Christmas with my boyfriend's family in Germany. And I thought about telling how it has been my experience being a Brazilian in a European Christmas, which is nothing to do with a Brazilian Christmas in a way. First of all, I would like to say that I have some videos to post which are in pause for a specific reason, but certainly I will keep you updated about my exams and how it was, because I'm finally in what's no, it's not summertime. What time is it? Summertime is not summertime. It's winter time. Is vacances. It's holidays. It's holidays. We have like 3 weeks free without classes until the next semester starts, and because of that means that I finished my exams and I survived, and that's why now we have Christmas. Have you followed the logics? I hope you followed my logics. The point that I want to talk about is how different it is to be in a Christmas in Europe and to be in a Christmas in Brazil. Okay, the first point is Brazil during the Christmas is in summer, and the whole hemisphere the south hemisphere is summer in summer, which is the opposite from United States or Europe during this time. So Christmas stereotypes is a very winter celebration, very specific symbols that it brings with, and a very specific lifestyle also in this celebration, which is very based on the north hemisphere of the world. So in Brazil, during this time of the year is summer. It's hot. It's like 30 degrees in Rio, at least. And even if it's summer, we are going to see a lot of publicity and communications and brands and magazines sponsorings and advertisings about Christmas sales in a very European, United States, North America way. So we will see snow in the advertisings, we will see winter vibes in the advertisings, we will see a food culture of winter and a food culture of this time of the year in this north hemisphere. So it's 30 degrees in Rio, and we, as a carioca person who is born in Rio, in Brazil, you are going to grow as someone that sees a lot of media about Christmas, bringing symbols and ideas and vibes that are not connected to your reality in Rio. So I remember I was talking about that today to my boyfriend's mother, which is German, and in Brazil, like I grew with this imagination about Christmas, like my father wearing Santa Claus clothes, singing Mariah Carey, and wanting to see snow and watching films, watching Christmas films of winter and those type of things, and eating a lot of heavy food as turkey and those kind of animals and like heavy, hot, warm food. And I remember also that during the time as I was growing, my grandmothers who hosted the Christmas celebrations of the family started to change and switch a little bit step by step gradually during the years what we are going to eat. So we stopped eating all the things very warm, and we started to integrate fruits in the meal and in the Christmas diner, and also salad, and also things that were not so warm and not so heavy, and more tropical foods. Even in the end we are eating also Chester, which is I'm not sure if it's just a Brazilian thing, but Chester is like a turkey, like a chicken, a transgenic chicken who is huge, like Chesters are so big, the body of Chesters are so big that they cannot stay up. They will fall because they are so heavy. It's horrible. And this was the type of thing that we ate. And even with those tropical details in the meal, we would still eat North Hemisphere Christmas foods, but we for sure became more Brazilian during the years. And this also happened not only with the food, but with things and traditions that we are carrying during the celebration. So I think in one side, my grandmothers became older and more tired of doing the whole thing. I'm not sure if the Christmas tree also broke, but I remember that at some point my grandmother stopped to use the Christmas trees, normal Christmas trees, which in Brazil are plastic because we don't have the trees that exist in Europe. One thing that really shocked me my first year in France was that people used real trees for Christmas, and like small trees. There's a whole industry that grow small trees only for Christmas. They are cut and they are used like for 1 month, and after that everyone throw the trees in the street in dedicated spaces for the city to clean after. But it's like, I remember myself going out on the streets after my first Christmas in France in 2022, and I saw like mountains of trees, real trees, like in the street, and I was like, oh my god, what was that? This genocide of trees. And yeah, I think I find this horrible, crazy horrible, like Europeans growing trees to use like for 1 month, real trees for using for 1 month, and after throwing away. Even because it's like is a like a conifera, this type of tree. I believe that if you just try your real tree, you could keep for the next year and many years, like a real tree, a real dry tree, instead of using one tree per year, and instead of using a plastic tree too. There are better solutions instead of doing that. But anyway, in Europe people use one tree for 1 month and then they throw away, and in Brazil we have plastic trees that we use every year because they're plastic trees, but they're plastic because we don't have this type of vegetation and trees in a tropical country. And I remember myself once in my grandmother's house, in the first year that she stopped to use the plastic Christmas tree, and it was actually, she has a really big plant, which in Brazil we call Árvore da Felicidade, which is the tree of happiness, and it's very big. It's like big. It's like, I would say 1.5 of me. That would mean 2 meters, a little more than 2 meters. As like a living tree that she takes care of it and leaves all the year. And I remember myself watching the new Christmas tree of the house, which was this tree, this plant that my grandmother take care, and she only like put all the accessories, the balls and the LEDs in this plant for creating a tree, a Christmas tree, which was finally more Brazilian, even if it was not that she was thinking about. So I think with time we started to accept what we were in a way in our environment, like climate environment, social environment, to create this celebration, the Christmas celebration, in a more authentic celebration. And another thing that really made part of my Christmas during my life in Brazil was that I have always been so political engaged and very conscious about industries and consumption like consuming products and market and the created desire of buying products and everything just for buying. And when I started to get older, I totally denied the Christmas practice of buying gifts and giving people gifts. In a way, actually, I started to create things, like using this opportunity to be creative and to create something that is not it's not only like to show the budget that you spend on this person, but actually something cute and something that will truly show your affection for this person. So I remember myself doing like hug, message, compliment, coupons. I'm not sure if this is the name. Like when you have 30% off discount in the product, and you have this voucher, this this small little paper where you can present to the magazine and just buy it. I did that to my mother with cute things as hug. Like you can use once and you win a hug. Or a message, you can use once and I will give you a message. Or like a compliment, you can use one and you can get a compliment. Or I don't know, you can use once and you can style me as a Barbie, which is something that my mother really liked to do when I was smaller. But this was a very specific thing. I could have done also like drawings or paintings or small sculptures or a plant that I planted or cooking something or making a presentation. So it was always something different because I refused myself to buy things just because of the fact that fast Christmas came from pagan. How I say pagan in English? Let's search. Pagan in English. Okay, pagan festivities. Christmas came from pagan festivities and then became a Christian appropriation party, and then it was also appropriated by capitalism, and that's what we have today. And that's why I was always so rebel about it. And this anti-capitalist posture that I used to have in Brazil with my family is not so much something that exists here in the European celebrations that I am living. First of all, I think that not all Brazilian families do what I used to do for the same reasons. That's a lot. I imagine that there are Brazilian families that don't give gifts or that create gifts also because a class, a social economical class setting, which don't allow to expend money for giving super awesome or super expensive gifts, because awesome is not the same thing of expensive. But here in Europe, people have the capital for doing, and I feel that is a kind of I feel here, at least for me, with my old experience, that I'm living Christmas in a mode where I feel more the pressure of buying things and how the gifts that I'm giving translate in a certain amount, the affection that I have for this person. So my budget should be accordingly to this affection, which is something that I'm not totally aligned with. I don't believe that the budget that we spend for a gift reflects how much we care about this person and how much affection and how important is this gift for the person. But it's something that I'm living right now, and that I'm thinking how to deal with this and how we'll act about it. So I think this was the 3 points that I wanted to share. In difference between I could put another one. The fourth point that I could bring here, different from Brazil and to Europe, is translated is summarized in the reels that I saw today, which is like, peraí, tchau, my boyfriend. The Brazilian feeling of Christmas is summarized in this reel of Instagram, which was like, in Brazil we got a music this year that became viral, which is Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Jingle Bell, me apresento, sou Tetê, eu sou o seu Papai Noel, meu presente é piroca e ela caiu do céu. No, just about I don't know the rest of the song, but it's basic like Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Jingle Bell. I present myself, I'm Teteu, I'm your Santa Claus. Your gift your gift is a dick, and is it have felt and it falls from the sky. And Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell. So this I can put the link here below. But it's actually a music from someone, Teteu, in Brazil. And it's so funny how I think this is the special point, the fourth aspect in this difference, which is how Brazil, and I imagine South America in general, and global south in general, we are so authentical people. We are so free and so creative. So even if we grow our own even if we grow our whole life with this global north imagination of Christmas, we will, even without thinking, we will eat that, digest, and vomit another thing, which is truly our country. and this is also actually like the manifest from tropicalismo, which is an art movement from Brazil last century, which was the anthropophagia, which means eating men, eating human, and is based on cultural cannibalism, which is eating United States culture, eating European culture, eating North American culture, and global North culture. Digesting with our own personality and creating something new that is even better from this hegemon, this standard culture in the world. So we're not going just to follow United States culture. We are going to create something new, which is even better. And that is something that I can say a lot. Like in music, for example, I know that we are very a reference in culture in general, but for example, funk, the Brazilian funk, is getting very famous, is being part of very famous musicians' songs. They are sampling funks from Rio, funks from Brazil, and Brazilian music, and there's this whole Brazilian spectrum range of cultural manifestation, which is inspiring people all along the world, even if they not say it. So this was the 4 aspects that I can see different from my experience in Brazil and in Europe in Christmas. The first was how first is how the hegemonic Christmas image is actually from the North Hemisphere. Today, here in Germany, south of Germany, even snowed is new. We got snow. We got snow. It's melting, but we got snow in the morning. It's like the perfect Christmas dream with snow, cold, a lot of food, Christmas decoration and everything. And in Brazil, we are actually in the summer dealing with this mediatic influence of how we see Christmas and how we do not live the Christmas that is being sold to us. The second thing is second thing is this difference also in food and how we tropicalize the Christmas in Brazil, like at least in my family. The third thing was this relationship with consumption and buying gifts and buying things, buying products, buying things, and throwing away of things that doesn't even we are not even going to use, and it's only the reflection of a budget which is related to affection and everything. Sorry. And the fourth thing is this this traditional Christmas in one way, which comes from global north and rich countries and traditional countries and more spread countries also, and Latin America / Brazilian ability to create something very authentic and very creative from it, which is very Brazilian. So how we can play with the fact, how we can play with the celebration, how we can play with meaning, how we can play with symbols, how we can play with life in a certain way, which we are not attached with those traditions, and we are free to transform them to transform those traditions in a way that we like, and that allows us to express our fully potential and personality. Yeah. So for me, as a Brazilian, is ambiguous to be in a German Christmas, which is snow, cold, a lot of food, gifts, Christmas decoration, the Christmas dreams, and everything. But I'm a Brazilian, which in a certain way always dreamed about that, like because of media and advertising and films. I always dreamed about like snow Christmas and everything. And in another way, in the other side, I'm a very critic person who will see the tricky side of thinking this way and thinking that European Christmas is better than Brazilian Christmas, and thinking that the whole Christmas dream is actually only a capitalist, religious, traditional invention for controlling and exploiting society and people. So yeah, those two sides right now. Winter dream, Christmas dreams, no. Okay. And what the fuck? This is only like white European colonial global north invention. Yeah. Very interesting cultural reflections about it. if you are an immigrant which is living in like a global south immigrant in global north, tell me what is your feeling about and how different it is from your home country. If you are someone from naturally from global north, also tell me what you think about it, how you feel, and what you feel also about those Christmas dreams and traditions. And yeah, this is a life of cultural diversity meeting each other. Have a nice Christmas.